My husband slept with my sister in our bed. That sentence still doesn't sound real even though I've said it out loud maybe 100 times. My parents knew about it for weeks before telling me. That part somehow hurts worse some days. Last week they called asking me to co-sign a loan for my sister because she's starting a business. I sat there holding the phone trying to remember if this was real life or some nightmare I couldn't wake up from. I married Owen when I was 25. Or maybe I was 24. I always forget if my birthday had passed yet. We met at a coffee shop downtown. He spilled his drink on my laptop. Completely drenched it. Paid to have it fixed and asked me out while apologizing for like the third or fourth time. I said yes because he seemed genuinely sorry and also kind of funny about the whole thing. We dated for 2 years before he proposed. Or maybe it was closer to 3. Time gets fuzzy when I try to remember the early stuff. Everything before feels like it happened to someone else. My sister Kelsey was my maid of honor. She's 4 years younger than me. Was always my parents' favorite though they'd never say it directly. Just a million small things over the years that added up. When I wanted to take art classes in high school, my parents said it wasn't practical. Money was tight. When Kelsey wanted to do competitive cheerleading 2 years later, they somehow found thousands of dollars for uniforms and travel costs. I got a used Honda Civic for my 16th birthday. Had maybe 90,000 miles on it. Kelsey got a brand new Volkswagen Beetle when she turned 16. Bright yellow. My mom said car prices had gone down. I looked it up later. They hadn't. At my wedding, Kelsey gave this speech about how lucky I was to find someone like Owen. How she hoped to find that kind of love someday too. Everyone got a little teary. I remember hugging her after and feeling grateful she was there. Thinking maybe we'd get closer now that we were both adults. Owen and I bought a house 3 years into marriage. Small place. 2 bedrooms. Needed a lot of work but it was ours. I loved that house even though the kitchen faucet leaked and the bathroom tile was cracked. We talked about fixing it up together. Making it nice. Kelsey was living in California then with some boyfriend. I met him maybe twice. Once at Christmas and once when we visited for a weekend. Seemed nice enough. Quiet. She'd been out there for 5 years I think. Maybe 6. Then one Tuesday I came home from work and Kelsey was sitting in my parents' living room. Just showed up. Said the boyfriend cheated and she needed to come home. My parents took her in immediately. Set up her old bedroom like she'd never left. She was 26 and unemployed. I felt bad for her. Suggested Owen might be able to help her find work. He was a manager at this tech company. Been there for 4 years and had connections. He said he'd see what he could do. Got her an interview within a week. She interviewed well apparently. They hired her in his department doing something with data analysis. I didn't fully understand what, but she seemed excited about it. That's when things started changing. Small things at first. Kelsey would text Owen about work stuff. Questions about projects or procedures. He'd be on his phone at dinner responding. I mentioned it once. He said she was new and needed guidance. That made sense. I let it go. Then she started coming over after work. To decompress, she said. Owen and I had different schedules. I worked 10 to 6:30 at an insurance company. He worked 8 to 4. So when I get home around 7, Kelsey would already be there. Sometimes they'd be watching TV. Sometimes just talking in the kitchen. I'd walk in and they'd stop mid-conversation. Not in an obvious way. Just a pause. Then they'd say hi and go back to whatever they were doing. I thought maybe Kelsey wanted to spend more time with me. Reconnect as sisters. We'd never been super close growing up. She was the cheerleader. I was the quiet one who read books. Different worlds. But when I'd try to join their conversations, they'd kind of trail off. Or explain some inside joke from work that I wouldn't understand. After a while, I stopped trying. This went on for maybe 2 months. Could have been longer. I wasn't keeping track at first. Then I started noticing things. There'd be a wine glass in the sink that wasn't there when I left for work in the morning. I asked Owen about it. He said he'd had a drink after work to unwind. That made sense. His job was stressful. But then there were 2 glasses one day. I asked about it. He said Kelsey had stopped by briefly before I got home. They had a glass of wine while talking about some work project. I make the bed every morning before leaving for work. Always the same way. Pillowcases with the opening facing toward the nightstands. It's just how I do it. Have since I was a teenager. One day I came home and the pillowcases were facing the wrong direction. Opening toward the middle of the bed. I asked Owen if he'd taken a nap or gotten back in bed for some reason. He looked at me confused. Said no. Why? I said the bed looks different than how I made it. He said I must have made it differently that morning. That maybe I was tired and didn't notice. I stood there looking at the bed trying to remember. Maybe he was right. Maybe I had made it wrong. I couldn't be sure. Started checking his phone when he was in the shower. Felt guilty about it but couldn't help myself. Found nothing. No suspicious texts. No calls I didn't recognize. But they worked together 8 hours a day 5 days a week. Why would they need to text? My friend Rachel came over one Saturday. Owen and Kelsey were both there. We were having lunch in the kitchen. Sandwiches and chips. Nothing fancy. Rachel pulled me aside later when we were cleaning up. Asked if something was going on with Owen and Kelsey. I asked what she meant. She said the way they looked at each other seemed off. Like there was something there. I told her she was wrong. They were just close because of work. She dropped it, but I could tell she didn't believe me. I couldn't stop thinking about it though. Replayed every interaction in my head. The pauses when I'd walk in. The inside jokes. The way Kelsey would touch Owen's arm when she laughed. Just brief touches. Nothing obvious. My parents had us over for dinner maybe 3 weeks after Rachel's comment. It was a Friday. My mom made pot roast. We were all sitting around talking. Normal family stuff. I got up to use the bathroom. When I came back, Owen and Kelsey were in the hallway. Standing close. She had her hand on his arm. Was whispering something I couldn't hear. They stood like that for maybe 3 seconds before Owen noticed me and stepped back quickly. Kelsey turned and looked at me. Smiled. Said she was just telling Owen about something funny that happened at work. Then she walked back to the dining room like nothing was wrong. I stood there feeling like I was losing my mind. Owen asked if I was okay. I said yes. We went back to dinner. I couldn't eat anything else, just pushed food around my plate while everyone talked. Drove home in silence that night. Owen asked what was wrong. I said I didn't feel good. He said I should take something and go to bed early. I planned a weekend trip to Denver. Told Owen we needed to get away. Talk about some things. He seemed excited. Said it would be good for us. We drove up on a Friday afternoon in late October. Traffic was terrible. Took almost 6 hours. Checked into this hotel downtown. Had dinner at a steakhouse Owen had looked up online. Everything felt almost normal. We walked around the city after dinner. Looked in shop windows. Held hands. Went back to the hotel around 10. We were intimate that night. I kept thinking about the hallway at my parents' house. The way Kelsey had touched his arm. Pushed the thoughts away. Woke up early Saturday morning. Maybe 6. Couldn't sleep. Owen was still out cold. I sat in the chair by the window watching the sun come up over the buildings. He woke up around 8. Ordered room service. Eggs and toast and coffee. We ate breakfast and made small talk about what we wanted to do that day. Then I asked if he was having an affair with Kelsey. The question just came out. Hadn't planned to ask it like that. Direct and sudden. But I couldn't hold it in anymore. Owen stopped eating. Put down his fork. Stared at his coffee cup for what felt like forever. Maybe 30 seconds. Maybe a minute. Then he started crying. Not loud sobbing. Just tears running down his face. He said yes. I felt like someone had reached into my chest and squeezed my heart. Couldn't breathe right. Asked him how long. He said 3 months. Maybe closer to 4. He wasn't exactly sure when it started. They'd been working late one night. Just the two of them. Started talking. One thing led to another. I asked if he'd been sleeping with her in our bed. The bed I made every morning. He nodded without looking at me. Grabbed my purse and left. Didn't take anything else. Just walked out of the hotel room and got in my car. Drove home. 4 hours by myself. Cried so hard I had to pull over twice because I couldn't see the road. Owen texted maybe an hour into my drive. Said he was sorry. That he'd get an Uber back. I didn't respond. Turned my phone off. Got home around 2 in the afternoon. Went straight to the bedroom. Started packing his things. Throwing clothes in garbage bags. Didn't fold anything. Just wanted it all out. Owen showed up around 6. I was in the bedroom when I heard him come in. He tried to talk to me. I told him to leave. He said we should talk about this. Figure things out. I said there was nothing to figure out. He slept with my sister. In our bed. For months. Get out. He packed a bag and left. Said he'd stay with his friend Marcus. I locked the door behind him and sat on the floor in the hallway crying until my throat hurt. Called my parents the next day. Sunday morning. Around 10. My mom answered. I told her Owen and I were getting divorced. That he'd been having an affair with Kelsey. There was this long silence. Then my mom said they already knew. That Kelsey had told them last night. I asked what she meant they already knew. Mom said Kelsey had called them a few weeks ago. Told them what was happening. Asked for advice. I sat there holding the phone trying to process this. Asked why they didn't tell me. Mom said it wasn't their place. That it was between Owen and me. That they didn't want to get involved. I said Kelsey's my sister. Your daughter. You didn't think I should know. Mom said she knows and she's sorry it happened this way. But Kelsey's going through a lot right now. The breakup with her boyfriend in California. Moving back home. Starting over. She needs support. I hung up. Turned my phone off again. Didn't talk to any of them for 2 weeks. Owen tried calling. Left voicemails saying we should talk. That he made a mistake. I deleted them without listening all the way through. My mom called from my dad's phone. I answered without checking who it was. She said I was being childish. That I needed to talk to Owen. Work things out. He was sorry. I said he could be sorry somewhere else. Hung up. Blocked that number too. Filed for divorce 3 weeks after Denver. My friend Lisa recommended her lawyer. Woman named Patricia something. She was nice. Explained everything clearly. Said it would be relatively simple since we'd only been married 4 years. No kids. The house was in both our names. We'd sell it and split everything 50-50. Owen agreed to everything. Signed the papers without fighting. I think he felt guilty. Or maybe he just wanted it over with. Kelsey moved in with Owen almost immediately. He got an apartment on the other side of town. 2 bedrooms. She posted a photo on Instagram maybe a week after I found out. Her sitting on his lap on their couch. Caption said something about starting over with the right person. I stared at that photo for probably 10 minutes. Tried to remember when the last time Owen and I sat like that was. Couldn't. Blocked her on everything. Instagram, Facebook, her phone number. Blocked Owen too. My mom called again 2 days later. From yet another number. Said I needed to forgive and move on. That Kelsey was my sister. Family is family. We work through problems. I said family doesn't sleep with family's husbands. Mom said I was being dramatic. That what's done is done. I needed to think about the future. I asked what future. She said eventually we'd all need to get past this. Move forward. Be a family again. Hung up. Blocked that number. The house sold faster than I expected. We'd listed it for $240,000. Got an offer for $235,000 within 2 weeks. Accepted it. Split the money. Owen took his half. I took mine. Packed up everything I owned. Wasn't much. Most of the furniture was either Owen's or stuff we'd bought together that I didn't want anymore. Donated almost all of it. Just kept my clothes and books and a few kitchen things. Moved to Portland in January. Didn't tell anyone where I was going. Just left. Drove for 3 days. Stopped at motels. Ate fast food. Listened to podcasts about nothing important. Found an apartment online. Studio. 500 square feet. Expensive for what it was, but I didn't care. Signed the lease sight unseen. Moved in the day I arrived. Started therapy in February. Found a woman named Dr. Morrison through my insurance. Went twice a week at first. Talked about Owen and Kelsey and my parents. Cried a lot in her office. She'd hand me tissues and wait for me to calm down before asking more questions. Therapy helped. Slowly. Took about a year to feel somewhat normal. Started sleeping through the night again. Stopped checking my blocked messages every day to see if anyone had tried to reach out. Tried dating someone in March of that second year. Met him at a bookstore. His name was Brian. Seemed nice. We went out maybe 3 times. Then he started getting weird. Calling constantly. Showing up at my apartment unannounced. Had to block him too. Gave up on dating after that. Figured I was better off alone. Met Daniel at a used bookstore in June. He worked there part-time. We started talking about this book I was looking at. Some mystery novel. He said it was terrible. Made me laugh. He asked if I wanted to get coffee. I said yes even though I was nervous. We went to this place across the street. Talked for 2 hours. He was funny. Kind. Had a daughter from a previous relationship. Emma. She was 5 then. We've been together for 5 years now. Engaged for 6 months. He proposed at the same bookstore where we met. Got down on one knee right in the mystery section. Emma was there. She helped him pick out the ring. I thought I was done with my old family. Changed my phone number twice. Stayed off social media completely for 3 years. But apparently one of my cousins gave them my new address. Got a letter in the mail maybe 9 months after moving to Portland. Big white envelope. Expensive paper. Wedding invitation. Owen and Kelsey were getting married. Opened it standing in my apartment hallway. There was a photo inside. Them hugging in a sunflower field. Both smiling. The invitation had their names in fancy script. Date was set for June. There was also a note from my mom. Handwritten on her stationery with the little flowers in the corner. Said I should come to the wedding. That we're all family. Need to move past old hurts. That Kelsey wanted me to be a bridesmaid. Like she was for me. I stood there reading that note 3 times. Trying to understand if she was serious. If she actually thought I'd come to my ex-husband's wedding to my sister. Wear a matching dress and stand up there smiling. Threw it all in the trash. Didn't respond. Didn't call. Nothing. Spent the next week trying to figure out which cousin gave them my address. Finally narrowed it down to my cousin Amanda. She'd visited Portland once for work. I'd met her for lunch. Must have mentioned where I lived. Cut her off too. Blocked her number. Deleted her from social media. That was 5 years ago. Haven't heard from any of them since. Assumed they'd finally gotten the message. That I was done. Gone. Not coming back. Then last week my phone rang. Wednesday afternoon. Around 2. I was working from home. Data entry job. Boring but flexible. I answered without checking the number. Habit I still haven't broken. It was my mom. She said she got my new number from someone. Wouldn't say who. Started talking about how much they missed me. How my dad asks about me sometimes. Wonders how I'm doing. I asked what she wanted. Cut through the small talk. She paused. Then said Kelsey and Owen got divorced. That Kelsey was having a hard time. Needed help. I asked what kind of help. Mom said Kelsey was trying to start a business. A bakery. Had been planning it for 2 years. But banks wouldn't give her a loan without a cosigner. My parents couldn't do it. Their credit wasn't good enough. I asked why she was calling me. Mom said because I'm Kelsey's sister. Family helps family. I said Kelsey stopped being my sister when she slept with my husband in my bed. There was silence. Then Mom said that was 7 years ago. That I needed to let it go. Move on. Kelsey's been struggling since the divorce. I asked what happened with Owen. Mom said he'd been seeing someone else the whole time. Some woman from work. Left Kelsey with nothing when they split. I almost laughed. Asked if I was supposed to feel bad about that. Mom said Kelsey's tried everything. Applied to every bank. Been turned down by all of them. I'm her only option, her last chance to make something of her life. I asked how much she needed. Mom said $50,000. Hung up without saying anything else. She called back immediately. I didn't answer. Called again. Didn't answer. 3 more times. Let it go to voicemail each time. Finally listened to the voicemails that night. Daniel was putting Emma to bed. I sat in the kitchen with my phone pressed to my ear. First message was my mom saying we got disconnected. To call her back. We needed to talk about this. Second message was longer. She said Kelsey's worked really hard on her business plan. Has everything figured out. Just needs the financial backing. That I have good credit. Make decent money. Could easily co-sign. Third message, her voice was shaking. Said Kelsey's dream has always been to own a bakery. That she's finally getting her life together. That I'm the only person who can help her make this happen. Fourth message was my dad. First time I'd heard his voice in 7 years. He said they wouldn't ask if it wasn't important. That Kelsey made mistakes but she's still family. That I should think hard about what's right. Fifth message was my mom again. Crying. Saying please just call back. We can talk about this like adults. I saved all the voicemails. Don't know why. Maybe as proof. Maybe just to remember how insane this all is. Daniel came out after putting Emma down. Asked who was calling. I explained everything. The whole story. He'd known bits and pieces. I told him about Owen and Kelsey early on. But not all the details. He sat down across from me at the kitchen table. Asked what I was going to do. I said I didn't know. Part of me wanted to call back and scream at them. Tell them exactly what I thought. Another part wanted to just ignore it all. Pretend the calls never happened. Daniel said whatever I decided he'd support. Asked if I was okay. I said I didn't know that either. We sat there quiet for a while. Then Emma came out in her pajamas. Said she couldn't sleep. Daniel made her warm milk. She sat between us at the table drinking it. She asked why I looked sad. I said some old family stuff came up. Nothing for her to worry about. She asked if I was okay. I said yes. She finished her milk. Gave me a hug. Said her mom always says you can't pick family but you can pick who you let matter. Smart kid. Daniel took her back to bed. I sat at the table looking at my phone. Thinking about calling my mom back. Saying no directly. Making sure she heard it. But I didn't. Went to bed instead. Couldn't sleep. Kept thinking about the wedding invitation 5 years ago. The photo of Owen and Kelsey in the sunflower field. My mom's note about being a bridesmaid. Thought about Kelsey sitting on Owen's lap in that Instagram photo. The caption about starting over with the right person. Thought about my parents knowing for weeks before telling me. Saying Kelsey needed support. Got up around 3 in the morning. Daniel was asleep. Went to the living room. Sat on the couch in the dark. My phone buzzed on the coffee table. Text message from an unknown number. Opened it. It was Kelsey. The message said please talk to mom. I really need this. I've changed. I'm not the same person I was. I know I hurt you but that was so long ago. Can't we move past it? Please. I stared at that message for probably 5 minutes. Read it over and over. Trying to decide if I should respond. Deleted it instead. Blocked the number. Another text came through from a different number 10 minutes later. Also Kelsey. This one said I'm begging you. This bakery is everything to me. I've worked so hard. Please don't let our past ruin my future. I know you have every right to hate me but I'm asking you to look past that. For me. Blocked that number too. Went back to bed. Still couldn't sleep. Daniel's alarm went off at 6. He got up for work. Asked if I'd slept at all. I said a little. He didn't believe me but didn't push it. Made coffee. Sat at the kitchen table scrolling through old photos on my phone. Don't know why. Just felt like torturing myself I guess. Found photos from my wedding. Me and Owen cutting the cake. Kelsey in her bridesmaid dress giving that speech. My parents smiling in the background. Deleted all of them. Every single one. Went through my whole phone and deleted anything with Owen or Kelsey or my parents in it. Felt better after. A little. Emma came out around 7. Daniel had already left for work. She asked if I could make her breakfast. I made pancakes. She ate 3. Talked about school. Some project she was working on. I tried to focus on what she was saying. Kept thinking about Kelsey's texts. The desperation in them. Drove Emma to school. Came home. Worked for a few hours. Couldn't concentrate. Kept refreshing my email. Checking my phone. Waiting for more messages. They came around noon. My mom from another new number. Said Kelsey told her I blocked her. That I was being childish. That we needed to have a mature conversation about this. I didn't respond. Another message an hour later. My dad this time. Said they were driving up to Portland this weekend. Wanted to talk in person. I should meet them for coffee Saturday morning. I blocked that number too. Started panicking. Called Daniel at work. Told him my parents were planning to come here. He said to tell them not to. That I didn't want to see them. I said I'd tried that. They weren't listening. He said we'd figure it out. Maybe stay somewhere else this weekend. Go to the coast. That helped. A little. But then I started thinking about them showing up at my apartment. Knocking on the door. Waiting in the hallway. Making a scene. Called my landlord. Explained the situation. Not all the details. Just said some family members I didn't want to see might try to visit. Could she not let them in the building? She said she'd make a note. If anyone asked for me, she'd say she couldn't confirm or deny if I lived there. Friday afternoon, another message came. My mom saying they were leaving in the morning. Would be in Portland by noon. To please just meet them for coffee. 1 hour. That's all they were asking. I didn't respond. Saturday morning, Daniel and I packed bags. Threw some clothes and toiletries in the car. Emma was confused. I told her we were taking a spontaneous trip to the beach. She got excited. Ran to pack her own bag. We left by 9. Drove to Cannon Beach. Got a hotel room with 2 beds. Spent the day walking on the sand. Emma collected shells. Daniel and I held hands and didn't talk about anything important. My phone buzzed constantly. I kept it on silent. Didn't check it. Sunday morning we checked out. Drove home. My mom had left 11 voicemails. I deleted them all without listening. One text from my dad. Said they'd waited at a coffee shop near my apartment for 2 hours. That I was being disrespectful. That they drove all that way and I couldn't give them 1 hour. I blocked that number. Daniel asked if I was okay. I said yes. He didn't believe me but didn't push. Emma fell asleep in the back seat. I watched the trees go by out the window. Thought about my parents sitting in some coffee shop waiting for me. Checking their phones. Getting angry. Felt guilty for about 10 seconds. Then remembered them knowing about Owen and Kelsey for weeks. Telling me Kelsey needed support. Asking me to be in her wedding. The guilt went away. We got home around 4. My apartment building looked normal. No sign of my parents' car. Checked with the landlord. She said an older couple had come by Saturday around 11. Asked for me. She said she couldn't help them. They'd left. Monday morning I went back to work. Answered emails. Did data entry. Tried to focus. Daniel texted around noon. Asked how I was doing. I said fine. He said we should talk tonight after Emma went to bed. We did. He asked what I was going to do about the loan. If I was considering it. I said no. Absolutely not. He nodded. Asked if I was sure. I said completely sure. He asked if I wanted to call my parents and tell them directly. I said I didn't know. Part of me did. Part of me thought silence was better. He said I didn't owe them anything. Not an explanation. Not my credit. Not my time. I knew he was right. But there was still this small part of me that wanted to call. Wanted to tell them everything I'd been holding in for 7 years. Make them understand how much they'd hurt me. But I didn't. Blocked every number I could think of. Changed my voicemail message to say I wasn't accepting calls from unknown numbers. Tuesday was quiet. No messages. No calls. Started to think maybe they'd given up. Wednesday afternoon my work phone rang. I answered. It was my mom. She'd somehow found my work number. Started talking before I could hang up. Said she was disappointed in me. That she raised me better than this. That Kelsey was my sister whether I liked it or not. That family helps family. I said Kelsey made her choice 7 years ago. She chose Owen. They chose her. Now they could all live with it. Hung up. Told my boss someone was harassing me. He said to forward any more calls to him. No more calls came. Thursday night Daniel suggested we look at houses. Said maybe it was time to move in together. Get a place with a yard for Emma. Start fresh. We spent Friday evening looking at listings online. Found a few we liked. Made appointments to see them this weekend. Saturday morning we saw 3 houses. The third one was perfect. 2 stories. 3 bedrooms. Big backyard. Emma loved it. Ran through every room picking which one would be hers. We put in an offer Sunday. Got accepted Monday. Moving in next month. Emma's excited. Daniel's excited. I'm excited too. Mostly. Still think about the calls sometimes. The voicemails I deleted. My parents waiting at that coffee shop. Wonder if they'll try again. Find my new address. Show up at the new house. Hope they don't. But can't be sure they won't. Daniel says we'll deal with it if it happens. That I'm not alone anymore. That I have him and Emma and this new life we're building. He's right. But there's still this small part of me that's waiting for the other shoe to drop. For my phone to ring. For Kelsey to show up needing something else. My friend Lisa says I should consider therapy again. Work through the anxiety. The fear that they'll keep coming back. Maybe she's right. Maybe I will. For now I'm just trying to focus on the good stuff. The new house. Daniel. Emma. The life we're building that has nothing to do with my old family. It's enough most days. Some days it isn't. Some days I sit in my car after work and think about calling my mom. Asking her how she could choose Kelsey over me again and again. How she could ask me for money after everything. But I don't call. Just sit there until the feeling passes. Then I drive home. Daniel's usually making dinner when I get there. Emma's doing homework at the kitchen table. They look up when I walk in. Smile. Ask about my day. This is my family now. These people who chose me. Who didn't know me before and love me anyway. My phone's in my purse. Still set to block unknown numbers. Haven't gotten a call in 2 weeks. Maybe they've given up. Maybe they haven't. Either way I'm okay. Or I'm trying to be okay. Working toward it. Getting closer. The voicemails are still saved on my phone. All 11 of them from that Saturday. Haven't listened to them. Not sure I ever will. Daniel asked last night if I wanted to delete them. Move on completely. I said maybe. Soon. But not yet. Not sure why I'm holding on to them. Proof maybe. Of how far I've come. How much better things are now. Or maybe I just need to know they're there. That I can listen if I change my mind. That the option exists even if I never take it. Emma asked me yesterday if she could call me mom. Her biological mom isn't in the picture much. Sees her maybe once a month. Emma said she feels more like my daughter anyway. I cried. Said yes. She hugged me. Daniel hugged both of us. We're moving into the new house in 3 weeks. Emma's picking out paint colors for her room. Daniel's planning the kitchen. I'm just trying to breathe and believe this is real. That I get to have this. My phone's on the table next to me. Silent. No notifications. No unknown numbers trying to get through. Maybe it stays this way. Maybe it doesn't. Can't control what my old family does. Can only control how I respond. Right now I'm choosing not to. Choosing this life instead. This family that actually wants me. It's enough. It has to be enough. And most days it is.